welcome back to Cape Town TV. It is Cape Rugby, 9 o'clock on Wednesday, and we are live. If you're out on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. We're also on Twitter, @Cape Rugby TV. Follow us there. And for those of you that have friends overseas and can't reach us, please tell them to go to the Western Province Club Rugby website, where we are live streaming via Ustream. Of course, my esteemed panel this evening, Herman Abrams. Hello, Mr. H.
Good evening, JP, and why do you look so cross tonight?
I'm cross, I'm very cross, but I've got some things to say, and I'll say them in a second or so.
Wait a second.
No, in a second, yeah. Paul Delport!
Jeff, you do look cross. You could put like Mark Wahlberg in The Fighter tonight, so I'm glad Egan are on the side of that.
Obviously a movie I missed.
Wow.
Yes, and Egan seconds, how are you, my man?
Good to be back, my man.
How's the world of rugby going? You having a good game there on Saturday?
Yeah, no, sad that the season's coming to an end, but the body is happy that it's also coming to an end. So.
Absolutely. So people want to know why I'm feeling a little bit grumpy. Well, I suppose I've got good news and I've got bad news. Now, many people ask out there, how is it that we know that Cape Rugby TV is such a big show? And I get asked this question all the time, because there are some big brands and media buyers and agencies out there who don't quite know that at Cape Town TV, we download via the National Audience Measurement. It's called SAF. We download those figures every 48 hours to check our statistics. Now, here's the interesting thing. Last week, we finally broke the barrier. We are proud to say that our little show in Cape Town is now bigger than the other English-speaking show, which is national. So in Cape Town, we are bigger than they are in the entire South Africa. I think that's something to be pretty proud of, actually. Which means we're, of course, 20 times bigger than they are across the Western Cape. The question that I do, though, have is why it is that there is so much money being spent on so many big tournaments, and none of that big money over the last 10, 15 years, big millions, billions of rands. How is it possible that none of that money has filtered down to club rugby? This is a question we have to ask, and we'll be chasing some of those big brands. So big brands out there, beware. You need to speak to your media buyers. You need to pay attention to community media. We have got the capacity, and we have got the viewers. In fact, we've got 20 times the viewers. So there we go. That's my little grumpiness, Mr. H. Am I wrong?
No, you're quite correct, and it needed to be said.
It needed to be said, yeah. You know, of course, I stand at risk of being ostracized, and God forbid I might not be invited to any more golf days because you know, JP Naude, I was gevaarlijk, you know. But anyway.
Remember, you will always be the champion of the underdog.
I'll always be the Yeah, anyway, if you've got issues with that, we can always step in the ring and discuss it in another manner. Paulie, you've still got a bit of time. I'm glad to see you back on the show, my man. It's thrilling to have you here all the time.
Yeah, Jeff, no, thanks for having me back. It's great. We off again this week, so things are going very nicely for the Sevens boys.
Okay.
Don't know what to do with ourselves actually at the moment.
No, well, it's great. I mean, I think let's just settle this now. I think we need to have you permanently in that chair. Certainly, especially now that it's a World Cup and Springboks, we need your experience in that level.
Well, there's no experience at that level. Very experienced watching. No.
You see, here you go back down this discussion of the legendary scenario. You see, I at one stage walked into the Western Province Rugby Union, and there was a photograph of the under-19 team. I've told the story before. There was a picture of the under-19 team holding the World Championship trophy, and the captain was Paul Delport. And then next to it, there was a picture of the under-21 team world title, and that champion also was, when he was a little bit older then, of course, at the age of 21, was holding the World Cup trophy. I'm just waiting for you to hold this World Cup trophy.
No, it's definitely not going to happen unless I come back in another lifetime.
I mean, and I think in this case, you actually were coached by Peter de Villiers on a number of those occasions.
Yeah, the under-21 tournament we won, Peter was our coach. Yeah, it was fantastic, and you see the guys that have come through now. I mean, you know, guys like Ruan, Morne, Chili Boy, Bismarck, all those guys were involved in that team. So it's fantastic to see the guys who have done well at age group level, and now they're representing the national side, and they are star players. So it's brilliant.
Yeah. We'll get into the Springbok side of things a little bit later, folks. Of course, it is World Cup time, and we'll dedicate the last 5 or 10 minutes to the Springbok team and their endeavours. That'll come up during the course of the show. It is now the time to take a look at some of the results over the weekend. Some interesting stuff coming up in the show. We went out to check out Scottsdene and Stelco over the weekend. But look at Super League A now. We quickly go through these results. Marty's beating Durban by 1 point. I think that was on the Friday night, wasn't that, Mr. Or the night before? Was that on Saturday?
No,
Saturday's match. 1918, nice win for Falsbaven Villagers, 35-13. Hamilton's beating Belhar 41-24. And UCT, a massive victory for them over Helderberg. So yeah, those are Super League A's results. I suppose it's pretty much not a lot of surprises there, Mr. H.
No, nothing surprising. One would have thought that Marty's being in the difficult position that they would go for bonus points, but obviously Durban didn't allow them that leeway, you know. So
it does seem that not Hemi's, but so Paulie, let me talk to you then. Hamilton's right out of the picture here. Paulie, but it does seem that the last few matches of the league, the guys. I mean, I know that there are some teams who say, well, we couldn't be bothered. We're sitting 7 or 8. We're not going to drop down. We're not going to go up. Half the players have faded out. But the guys do go hammer and tongs for those last few positions at the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to say it because it looks like you're hinting to it, UCT.
Yeah.
It's 12 in a row now, Mr.
Yeah,
I stand to be corrected, but 12 in a row. So that's definitely one of the teams, like you said, Japs. The guys are definitely pushing hard for the end of the season. And again, Iggy was saying before the show, it is difficult. It comes at this time of the season. I think if you're not in contention to win, it is a bit of a struggle. You know, your body is sore. It's been a long season. You're not really in it anymore. So yeah, a little bit difficult for some of the teams. I really feel for Helderberg. But again, there are a couple of teams with a hell of a lot to still to gain. You know, Marty's, UCT. I think Hammies are still in with a shot. I'm not sure.
Well, they can only end second.
Okay.
Which they, of course, want to do.
They do.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean, is that the last few games are as important as those first few games. The guys go for it.
No, definitely. If you look at the Marty's game, I think that game was played the Friday because it's a mud bath. It was a mud bath in Durban. And we all knew that was going to be a tough game. We played them the week before, and I said that those guys were hitting their rucks and making tackles like it was the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So everybody wants to end the season on a high note so that you can at least say that you've achieved something. Because it's not how you start the season, it's how you end it.
Absolutely, that's true, yeah. So, I mean, one of the things that I think that the clubs need to note is that at a club level, you need to make sure that the players who registered at the beginning of the season are still there at the end of the season. And, I mean, if you look at that Belhar result there, I mean, one has to be a little bit concerned about the fact that, if I just look at what was that result there, but if we look at Belhar going down to Hamilton's 41-24, I mean, that's not a slaughter by a long shot. No, that's fine, guys. It's not a slaughter, but it's the second team that worries me.
Yes.
And Eags, I mean, a lot of people over the weekend on Twitter, and in actual fact, folks, we did say that there's tickets for tweets over the weekend, so we're giving away those of you that are on Twitter with us. And I'm going to explain this hashtag story to you again. But we were giving away tickets for tweets over the weekend, so some of you are going to win some tickets. That's coming up a little bit later. We've got a couple of sets of tickets to give away. But the people were asking, that score, was it right? 107-5 or something big like that?
The Hamilton's second team beat Belhar 105 points to 7, which is alarming for Belhar because that's where, you know, those guys feed into the first team. Yes, Hamilton's did play well, and you must understand that that game is not even 40 minutes aside, it's 35 minutes, so it's in 70 minutes that Hamilton scored so many points. And for Belhar, yes, luckily only one team gets relegated, but it spells a lot of trouble for next year when two teams get relegated because they can't afford that next year.
Yeah.
So something drastic has to happen.
Because the reality is that second team must feed into the first team, and the third team must feed into the second team. I mean, Mr. Asian, I think this is what we want to see now, is we want to see this level of excitement. I mean, one of the things that I thought about is, we were just discussing this during the course of the year, is, you know, some people will sign up at a gym. They'll go for gym membership. Other people will sign up at a boxing club or at an athletics club, you know, just to want to get fit. Not everybody's doing it because they actually want to do the sport. They're doing it want to fit, they want to have a social experience, they just want to enjoy what they're doing. And a lot of people will register to play rugby at the beginning of the season, and they'll play then 6 months of rugby. And of course, you want to be able to play every month. You don't want to. You want to play from the first day of the season all the way to the end of the season, and you want to make sure that you and your teammates are there all the way through. Otherwise, you're sort of losing the plot. So it's important that call it membership experience stays in place.
And you run the risk of losing a lot of those players also that was taking part in that second team because I mean, to be on a receiving end of 100 points, no one as a rugby player would want to be part of that. So a lot of times the guys lose that enthusiasm because that's not what they signed up for, to take that kind of a beating every week. I'm speaking
But that's right. I mean, and I think that's where players and coaches and etc. must understand that it's. I mean, that's probably the easiest way to explain it. It's not about winning and losing.
Yeah.
I know it's depressing if you lose on the day, but the reality is that there's friends that are coming to watch, there's family that's coming to watch, there's always a scarp on the side of the field.
You hope.
I hope. And people are having a good time and experiencing the whole community vibe. And so it's more than just what happens for those 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take a look at Super League B, folks. Some interesting results there as well. It was a nice, interesting match there. Brackenfell drawing with Kales River. Belleville beating NNK 48-31 and Tygerberg beating Hands and Hearts 34-23. Mr. H, the big one that everyone was talking about there was the Belleville NNK game.
Yeah, and like we said here, Belleville can beat any team on the day, and they just went out and did it. And that gave NNK a big blow to their title aspirations. And I don't know if they can come back.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to take a look at those logs. The logs is where we're going to have some. So let's look at our Premier League A then, folks, and more results there. Of course, again, fascinating results coming in that matches over the weekend. And more excitement. Lunga drawing with Goodwood. Stelkor going down to Scottsdene. As I say, we were there over the weekend. We'll touch base on that in a second. Hamilton, or at least Hamlets, beating Paul 57-3, and Elsie's Revere going down to Kraaifontein 24 points to 7. Mr. H, the Scottsdene Stelkor, what an experience. It was fantastic being out there.
Yeah, I think the people out there knew more about this show than anybody else. They were very clued up.
Yeah.
And I think you know, they were very keen to rub shoulders with you. I saw the ladies involved there, and wanted to be getting close there. And maybe we must think about those things when we go out. But yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, no, well, I do think about them. That's my personal time. But it was amazing. I mean, we were, and of course, there were a few things that happened on the day that we're going to have to show you. Let's take a look what happened in the match between Scottsdene and Stelkor.
You changed my view.
Scottsdene Central Park.
And how do you feel your team is going?
They gaan goed aan. En go Scottsdene.
Do you have anything to say?
Yes, definitely Scottsdene will win this game.
Yes.
And we're going to go forward for the next game.
What do you think the score's going to be?
I think maybe 21-17.
You changed my view.
Wie het vir Joma gesê om vir Skotsdiens se pad te lê? Sê vir Joma, ek het vir JP gesien. En dat ook zo'n rukkie. Stamp, stamp, die bodelam. What is this? I tell you, the crowd was absolutely fantastic. It was a real job, Mr. H.
Great to be there.
Yeah.
You know, it's always nice to go to a field and people sing.
Yeah.
You know, in that singing and in that noise, you don't hear all the other things that happen. So it's always good for them.
It was really good, yeah. And the songs that were pouring out there, yeah, it was really. And I must say, the Scottsdene fans travelled a long way and came out there en masse due to good reason. We caught up with the coach and captain, losing captain first of Stellenbosch Coronations.
Change my view.
Rian, didn't quite go your way today.
Yeah, first of all, we came out confidently, but the first half went quite well, but at the end, the second half didn't go so well. So, well, it's back to the drawing board for our guys. Wel, soos ons lyk, is het maar zwaar. Ons is heel onder op die ranglys en ons volgende jaar, hopelijk, of nu hopelijk niet, ons is wel in Premier B volgende jaar. En ons doen maar voor volgende jaar ons best doen om weer op te komen in die liga.
Aubrey, I'm sure you were looking for a better result today.
Ja, een beetje teleurgesteld oor die uitslag. Het is een wedstrijd wat ons graag wou gewinnen. Beetje staren bij de afbreekpunten, maar daar is baie nog om te doen bij Corrie om die first team te werken.
En er is nog steeds een paar games oor in het seizoen en ik zeker jullie gaan nog hard werken, al die pad naar die end toe.
Ja, nog 2 wedstrijden worden. Het is Goodwood weg. Nou zaterdag en dan het ons thuisweer, de laatste wedstrijd is in Kraaifontein. Dus hoop maar, zet maar alles voor zijn beste daar in voor die 2 wedstrijden wat nog worden.
You changed my view.
So you would have noticed there that those features were brought to you by Tata. It was great to have Tata out there. We also managed to catch up with the coach and captain of the winning team, Scottsdene. Scottsdene had a fantastic game.
Change my view.
Lekker result today.
That's right, yes. We always expect a difficult game when we came to Stellenbosch. I don't know, it's like they always waiting for us.
Yeah.
You know, and we prepared accordingly. And things went according to plan. En ik waardeer allemaal wat vandaag uitgekomen het om ons te komen ondersteunen. Ik waardeer voor Tata wat die sponsorship voor ons gegeven heeft. Ik waardeer Radio Tijgerberg wat voor ons geondersteund heeft. Woudekom wat ook zijn ondersteuning gegeven heeft. Ik waardeer het rechtig waar ons het bij nodig in ons gemeenschap.
Het is een goede result, maar die telling vlei ons eindelijk. Van ons moet iets als 5-3 weer gedrukt. Het is redelijk vinnig achter. En ons verdediging het een beetje voor ons vandaag laat slip. Maar Stellenbosch moet meer gebied het. Ons motto is altijd, als je goed begint, dan moet je goed eindigen. So, dat is ons motto, ons laatste 2 games zullen we graag winnen.
You changed my view.
That was a fantastic game. Didn't quite go the direction of Stellenbosch Coronations on the day though. But the fantastic thing that we managed to do on the day was for the first time, courtesy of Tata and Oostenburg and Tata and Paul, we managed to give away R1,000 to the man of the match, John Lee. Meet him.
Change my view.
Right, folks, this is our first man of the match here at Cape Rugby TV. Everybody's very excited. Our man of the match today is John Lee, fly off at Scottsdene. John Lee, congratulations.
Baie dankie.
Is het zeker lekker voor jou om R1,000 in die zak te steken?
Hij komt altijd te pas in de zak, ja, als je niet werkt.
Now, this feature would not have been possible with the fantastic support of Tata Oostenburg and Tata Paul. And with us is Ivan Lindner. Ivan, from your side at Tata, are you enjoying the fact that you're involved with Cape Rugby TV now?
You know, we always face up with the problem of where do we put our money? And we thought the best way at this stage is the way we present it going. And I'm so proud to involve John. I can see John is obviously there for the take in terms of good rugby. I watched him this afternoon, and I'm outrageously proud as well to be associated with you and your club as such.
Let me just say, Ivan, from a Cape Rugby point of view, we're absolutely thrilled and really chuffed to have you on board. This man of the match experience here is fantastic, and I'm sure that the likes of John Lee, who are playing such great rugby, and the club can benefit nicely from that R1,000. So once again to you, fantastic, and thank you very much.
It's absolutely a pleasure. Thank you very much, JP.
Here we go, guys. Man of the match, R1,000, and this week's winner is the man met die wiele, John Lee.
You changed my view.
Now, how fantastic was that? 1,000 rand going to a player that ordinarily might not have had it. Why? Because the big brands don't spend money on the poor people. The big brands don't get involved in club rugby. The big brands only spend money where the media buyers tell them to spend their money. Of course, we aren't able to put on great rugby shows that have bigger numbers than the rest of the shows in the rest of the entire country. Get it right, guys. 1,000 rand to John Lee. Yes, meneer. Daai man het 'n paar wiele op hom, né?
What is exciting about this, it is a first again for Western Province Club Rugby. And I think at this level we are going streets ahead of the rest of the country.
Yeah.
You know, it's just unbelievable what
Absolutely. We've got a show now, we've got media, we've got everything we need. We've got the clubs participating. Oh, incidentally, Mr. H, also next week you roll out your media strategy next Tuesday. For the clubs out there, many of you have been sent a notification. If you don't know about it yet, you need to send somebody from your club, all right? Somebody that's maybe a passionate supporter, doesn't have to be a player, doesn't have to be stuck on that old committee of yours. Get somebody that's keen and passionate to feed us at the union and into the media so we can create systems that will help you get sponsorships, all right? Not only did we give away 1,000 rand to the man of the match, courtesy of Tata, and of course Ivan Lindner from Tata, they're coming on board. A big thank you to them. You can find them in Westenburg and in Paarl. And I was quite surprised at the prices of those Tata vehicles and the quality. They've given some fantastic support to Cape Rugby. We also facilitated, together with the union, we had a meeting, as you say, that was my first lunch. And the boys from Kulani Civils actually handed over, Mr. H, some
Talk bags.
Talk bags from Reggie Amos from CTC Sports.
Yeah.
He makes a lot of jerseys for.
He makes all the jerseys and all the equipment for the union.
Right. So if there's a club out there that wants to get jerseys or tracksuits, CTC Sports is a good place to go.
That's right.
Let's have a look at that handover. Stan Mitchell from Kulani Civils handed over a few tog bags to the guys at Stellenbosch Coronations.
Change my view.
Folks, as you know, we're out here at the game today between Stellenbosch Coronations and Scottsdene Rugby Football Club. And we're privileged enough to have watched a fantastic handover. With me is Stan Mitchell, one of the directors of Kulani Civils, and Siraj from Stellenbosch Coronations. You guys did a bit of a handover here today, Siraj?
Yes, we are very grateful for Kulani Civils that they hand out these bags for us. And to Stan and his directors, thank you very much, Stan.
We're a civil engineering contractor in the Western Cape. We do roads and earthworks, civil works, private developments, work for the government, a wide variety. Well, we just want to be involved in rugby in the Western Province and supporting clubs that need financial input, and specifically clubs that have got a previous disadvantaged history, and it's good for us to be able to be involved.
So every sponsorship you get, every donation you get is very important.
It's very, very important. So for that reason, I'm trying to stand in these directors. Thank you very much, Kulani.
You changed my view.
Yeah, big thanks there to the guys from Kulani Civils. Let's take a look at the results in Premier League B. UWC, well, nice result for them over at Silverleaf, 48 points to 15. Macassar going down to Solarians, 29-23, and Van der Stel losing to Laguna. Let's look at Division 1. Northerns beating Wraithby 16-13. Strand 19-32. Loss for them over Carlamore at least under Carlamore. Atlantis beating Blue Stars 18-15. Temperance beating Blue Jets 25-17. And Whistling Wheels. The wheels came off. All Saints beating them 15 points to 8. Cloutiesville 17-10 win over Young Brothers. Perseverance going down to Young Ideas 19-17. Masiphumelele, nice result for them over Mitchells Plain United, 20 points to 0. Progress went down to Peninsula over the weekend, 13-12. Even Kawi 20-15 over Thistle, and the Delft 27-12 win over Titans. In the Paarl region, Parallel United drew with Windmill United, if that score is right, which I somehow doubt. But Violets beating Young Gardens. Oh, I'm sure our Springbok coach Peter de Villiers is not going to be happy about that. Riverstones 29-27 over Vineyard. Simondium losing to Lower Paarl, and Albions beating Allendale. Mr. H, yes, do you think that the Springbok coach down under would right now have got a phone call from the guys at Young Gardens saying, meneer ons het verloor op en nou.
They gave him a good send-off last week by winning their game. Now they go lose. I don't know what is up there. But the result, the Riverstones and Vineyards, you know, Vineyards just returned after the fast.
Yes.
And they lost that game, and they were still right up there. And I think they've actually, by that defeat, they're now out of the running for league honours.
Well, we'll take a look at the logs just now. www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. I've got a couple of these to give away, a couple of Springbok tops, all right? You want to win one of these? I want you on Facebook now. Anything related to Springbok Rugby. Well wishes, all right? That's what I want, well wishes for the Springbok team on Facebook. www, there you see it on your screen right now, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. Or if you have the Facebook mobile application on your phone, just search Cape Rugby TV and you'll find us there. And the well wishes, out of the well wishes for the Springboks, 4 of you will get one of these jerseys. I can't guarantee the sizes, because the size is unfortunately what you're going to get. But I've got 4 jerseys like this to give away for people who are sending well wishes on the Facebook page. We're on 1,950. I want to clock the 2,000 mark, all right? So, you want to put yourself in the mix for this? You're going to have to jump on Facebook right now and give your well wishes for the Springboks. Let's see if we can rock the internet world. We're going to take an ad break. We'll be back at you in a mo. Let's take a look at Super League A in the logs there. Stellenbosch are still on top. Hamilton's in second place. UCT's in third, and Durban in sixth on 16 in fourth place. SK Warmers is of course in fifth. They are going to the club champs. That's going to be a pretty interesting scenario on the stage. SK Warmers, a big challenge for them going to national champs.
Yes, that's it's something that they're looking forward to. They're taking part and made that we had to change the amateur team of Western Province because they had a few guys in there, and we are.
Some of the SK Warmers players in the amateur team?
Yeah, but we are releasing them to go help SK Warmers.
Right. I believe. Well, anyway, we'll get back to Western Province in a second or so. But thanks, Munib Levy, for sending me an SMS in here right now while I'm live. That's the beauty of being live, folks. We get all these. I get abused on the phone from people who know that we're on air. Munib Levy from SK Warmers leading the pack there and telling me that we're funny. Ons snacks. But yes, Mr. H, the guys from let me go to you. The guys from SK Warmers on Saturday took their delivery of sports nutrition supplements, the recovery products, coming out of the fast. Obviously very important for them to get their recovery right. Yeah. They doing the right thing?
No, they definitely. I mean, they're a professional team, not just looking forward to the club champs, but they're well rested also. So to represent the Western Cape and the type of rugby we play. Yeah. To have 2 teams in there competing is awesome, and they're playing the main game of the first day, where Marties is playing their curtain raiser. So what better opportunity for them to showcase, the kind of work that they have put in. They do come from the fast, and it's been a break now for them. But it could be an advantage also, the fact that they've been resting at that time.
I suppose their muscle fibres would have had a chance, Paulie, to recover a little bit. And now it's just a question really of getting them back up to speed, eh?
Yeah. Scientist JP there. Muscle fibers all rearing to go now. No, but Jace, definitely, just to echo Iggy's words, I think SK Warmers have always played a fantastic brand of rugby, and who better to actually represent the Western Province club rugby system than them. Yeah. On the national stage. So we said it last week and we said it again today. It's very, very exciting for everybody involved with SK Warmers and for everybody in the Western Cape.
Yeah, Mr. H, but it's not going to be an easy hit at first. Collegians, Rovers at least, College Rovers.
They just won their 57th game in a row. So
really?
Yeah, they're a champion side.
Right, let's take a look then at the rest of the logs then in Super League B. Well, NNK, Tygerberg, Bellville, Brackenfell and Collegians. Now this is what all the hoo-ha is at the moment. I think this is the one league that a lot of people are talking about the most. And that win over the weekend. So where are we standing here at the moment with NNK, Tygerberg and Bellville? I mean, Bellville are pretty much out of the running, but could make things a little bit difficult, or at least hands and hearts. They are playing, I know, next week against NNK. Yeah. There could be a bit of still some movements here.
Yeah, lots of things. Tygerberg must still travel to Pineal Villages.
Yes.
Play them there, that's quite a few things that can happen. And as we can see, anything can happen on the day. It's not over yet.
So it's going to be interesting to see then what...
and that's not only the top part. The
Yeah.
bottom part of this lot. There are 5 clubs there, of any one of them that can still go down.
Of course, that's the other side of the factor, is that you want to make sure that you stay, you don't get relegated. Is it one up or 2 down? I mean,
One down.
One down.
Yeah.
So in Super League B, it looks like Primrose and Kuilsriver is between the two of them as to who's
Yeah.
going to go down to Premier
And there's
League.
young people, they're only 2 points ahead of them. Yeah, so anything can happen.
Well, what I can say to the clubs out there is it doesn't actually matter if you do get relegated. Just enjoy your rugby, and there's still going to be a TV show following you. Doesn't matter which league you're in. All right. Interesting that I spoke to a member of the media this week and had a chat with him about it. And he said to me, I had a chat with him about the fact that we're going to a division game and so on. He said, but that's not a Super League A game. I said, well, no, but that's fine because there's probably 50 times more people at that game than there is going to be. Anyway, of course, one of our sponsors is Leisure Hotels. Leisure Hotels has been supporting us through the season. And if you want to win yourself some accommodation at Leisure Hotels, all you need to do is SMS the word leisure to 32010. Last week's winner was Warren Goliath. Congratulations, Warren. You win for yourself. One night's accommodation with bed and breakfast at the Fountain Towers. Once again, folks, to win, just SMS the word leisure to 32010. It is as easy as that. So, for those of you that don't know, the fact that there are sponsors here at Cape Town TV, you saw some adverts earlier on. Why not jump in and bring your adverts to Cape Town TV? Many small business owners out there, you want to increase your sales, you want to increase your business, and you think that you can't advertise on TV? Well, that's not true. It is a very affordable solution here at Cape Town TV. Why don't you just give us a call at 021 448 0448. It's time for us now to look at the I Love Western Province Club Rugby campaign. The boys were out there over the weekend. What a fantastic initiative once again by Vodacom. I Love Western Province Club Rugby. Now, what you need to do is you just need to send in various SMSs, MMSs, or M-Pesa. That's the front screen of the website, and there you will see the rankings, you'll see who's on top, you'll see how to Facebook, Twitter, etc. Take a look at the rewards here, folks. The rewards are fantastic. 2,000 points is all you need to get 50 branded kit bags. 4,000 points is what you need to get 5 coach trips, and 8,000 points gets you, of course, a set of match jerseys. Now, how do you do that? Well, let's take a look at that. 5 points from an SMS, 2 points if you register on the site. MMS gets you 10 points. And M-Pesa, the money swapping and money changing solution, gets you 20 points. And if you port from another network across, you get 50 points. Well, one of you did win yourself, or at least one club did score, but we'll tell you about that in a second. This is a picture from Scottsdene Central, the line-out against Lunga, and was voted for by the fans on the I Love Western Province Club Rugby Facebook page. Nice picture coming in there. Remember, share those content. Now, Scottsdene managed to get the second rank highest points. They won for them those bus trips and used the bus to travel to Stelkor. It was a fantastic occasion. We caught up with Gerald Brock, the chairman of Scottsdene Rugby Football Club. Winning the I Love Western Province Club Rugby campaign.
Thank you firstly to all our supporters for coming up today. Thank you.
You sent as many SMSs and messages, and you got Tigerberg Radio behind you, and that got you the prize in the Vodacom I Love Western Province Club campaign to have bus transport, right?
Yes. Firstly, our supporters did very good, great. They gave us 1,000 points.
Yeah.
Closer, no one else came close. In the first week, we had 1,000 points. And then Radio Tigerberg also assisted by giving us another 7,000.
The fans just getting together there around the bus that they managed to travel in on. Scottsdene's on top. Young People's in second place with 3,000 points. Hamlet's, Rocklands and Whistling Wheels. Congratulations, you are almost on your way there. You're going to get those tog bags from Vodacom at some other stage. This campaign was brought to you courtesy of I Love Western Province Club Rugby, supported by Vodacom. Well, the questions are coming in on Facebook, and I suppose it's time for us to now take a look at the Facebook questions. And I'm hoping to see tons and tons of Springbok messages, which will, of course, help you win yourself a Springbok jersey. Go Bokke from Janita April. Bennett Boshoff, go Bokke. Nelius Olsen, go Bokke. Jacques Krill, go Bokkies. Go slay the dragons. I think you've been watching too much Survivor. But the Facebook messages are coming in. So, yeah, keep them pouring in. www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. Mr. H, there was a question here earlier on. There's been so many messages on Facebook, I've lost track of it. But a question came in about referees. And I think we touched on this before. There's a grading system in terms of referees at Western Province Rugby?
All referees are graded. All good referees are tested. All referees are box smart.
Are the clubs all box smart? Do they all know about it? Do they know how it works? Okay. Tell us a little bit more about the media solution that's happening on Tuesday. We're essentially looking for individuals that are enthusiastic, or playing maybe in the Facebook space, and can represent the club from a media perspective.
Yeah, what we want there at the seminar is people that will drive the initiative at the club. There's no use coming there, like some of them did with the Vodacom thing, collect the jackets and whatever goes with that, and then they do nothing.
They walk away.
Yeah, they walk away. They walk around on the field with, I got one on Sunday where I was.
Yeah.
And I said, you've got a nice jacket on, you know. I said, how many points have you raised? He said, no.
Really?
But he's proudly wearing the jacket. I said, you know,
well,
that's not
he
fair.
shouldn't actually be wearing the jacket, quite frankly.
Sorry, I'd say, send the guys that want to do something for your club. Because what they will learn there on Tuesday night, and what they go away with it, they will never be able to say that they didn't know how to do it.
But it seems to me that a lot of the information of the Western Province Rugby Union over the years, and I know this is now why there's a communication strategy in place, is to fix this through the media, through the newsletters, through online, through Twitter, and all the various things, several different ways to talk about it. But it seems to me that there's been a breakdown in communication from the union to the administrators down to the players. We still don't have full player investment, but we've got lots of baichi draws. All right, Egan, let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you, Egan, as a player at club level, how does it work? You come to practice, it's Tuesday. You come to practice, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
You don't ever really find out anything administrative, do you?
No, I mean, you got the club manager, of course, that needs to take care of that.
Right.
But of course, there's other guys that can play a kind of role also, like you say, everybody's playing in the media space. I mean, I do that myself. And a lot of times, I will take the initiative to inform everybody that what is going on.
Yes.
So being on the show is not just being here for the fun and games of it. It's actually everybody is representing their club and sharing information. It's like you say with the hashtags even on Twitter. That's sharing information, because then we all know what's happening in the Western Cape and where rugby is concerned. And it's about educating everybody, because that's how we learn.
Yeah.
It's not about me just picking up experience and keeping it to myself and being selfish. It's about educating other people on how to do it, because a lot of times in the media space, a lot of guys don't know how to actually do it. And like Mr. H says, they go about the tactic wrong. And it's about tweaking it here and there, which will get you so much more followers and support for your club, and then getting your club the exposure. Because
and if you get the exposure, you get the sponsors.
Exactly. Everybody's waiting for sponsors. But if you put your club out there and you do it right and tactically, the sponsor will eventually come to you.
Yeah, so I mean, a big part of what you're saying there is education.
Education of it. And the platform is there. Mr. H says, Tuesday, if you don't rock up, the ways and means are there. You just got to come and be educated about it.
So, folks, what we're looking for is for you to find someone at your club, because this is what's been happening in the past. The information gets passed down to the administrators, and the administrators don't pass it further down. I've personally been at the clubs, many of the clubs year, and seen people around the side of the field with cameras, with cell phones, with video cameras, even clipboards and flyers, whatever they could. But there was always somebody there that was passionate enough to engage us. We're looking for that one person at your club that is keen to represent your club. Please do not send the regular run-of-the-mill scenario. We're looking for that one person who's going to play with us in the media space during 2012. Let's take a look at left field now, or let's go left field to some of the questions that came in on the chat zone. The question there, Belhar stays in Super League A. My question is to the panel, is if the playoff is between the second best SLB team and the second last SLA team, where would the venue be? Is that how it works,
There
Mr.?
are no playoffs.
There's no playoffs. All right, that answers your question there. Eagle asks. Okay, so thank you very much for that. Let's take a look at one of the fan pics that came in over the weekend. Yusuf Majid, again, sending in some amazing pictures. What quality photographs. Villagers against False Bay, and the pick was Warren Edwards, Tabani Sangweni, and Yakuru. So great shots coming in there. Also, another picture then coming in from Carla Norkia. Carla, you're such a legend. Kalesriver against Brackenfell, and in this picture is Angus Reyners running with the ball there. Fantastic stuff. So that's what we're looking for, folks. Lots of communication, lots of different ways for you to send various content to us and just engage with us. At some other stage, I might even want one of your players to be in a press conference. Who am I going to talk to when I need that player on the show? All right, simple as that. Remember, on Facebook, goodwill messages for the Springbok team. Jump on there now. I'm going to give away 4 Springbok jerseys, courtesy of CT Sports. Reggie Amos gave us these 4 jerseys, and we're going to give them away to you. All you need to do is jump on Facebook, and during the ad break, I will select 4 winners to win this. If you are interested in that position, by the way, folks, you'll be able to find me on the Cape Rugby show. Just ask your questions there. Right, our sponsors is what keeps us alive. All right, our smaller sponsors at least, because the big brands are still playing in the places where there's no actual television viewers. Yes, but those big brands that are out there that are still missing the bigger picture, yeah, well, we'll find you at some stage. We'll bring you on. We'll find you. We know where you are. We know where you live. We know what you watch. And we know what you eat. But do you eat Evox? All right, anyway. That's my little Arnold Schwarzenegger moment there. But yes, talking about eating, the guys from SK Warmers are already on it. They're busy using their recovery supplements, getting ready for the club champs. This is what the Stormers use. You want to win yourself a bucket of Mega Grow, and Western Province, of course. They all use it. The Institute uses under 21s, the Curry Cups, under 19s. All of Western Province Rugby senior players. You want to win yourself a bucket of Mega Grow to help you gain the weight? Send the word, which I can't tell you, all right? Send the word, there you see it. Who's the official sponsor to Sports Nutrition Supply, at least, to Western Province and the Stormers. Last week's winner was Pedro April. Send that number to, or at least that word, to 32010. Now, if you want to go buy it at shop level, and if you're a club player, remember, you can, of course, get it directly through the union. But if you want to go buy it at shop level, there are some fantastic specials currently running at Dischem. It's their Healthy Living special. Buy 1 and get 1 kilo free. Those are the kind of deals that are on. MChem, Sportsman's Warehouse, Clicks Game. And for those of you that are in Johannesburg, don't forget, Pick and Pay, Mopani, Springbok, and Macro. Yeah, that's all you need to do. It's easy as that. Send the word Evox to 32010. Right, it's time now for us to move to Union on the Spot. Mr. H, Union on the Spot, I mean, I don't need to ask you what you did for the clubs lately. You've done quite a lot. Is there anything specific that you want to mention?
Yeah, we in conjunction with SA Rugby, we have identified 30 girls, you know, out of under 16, under 18, and the senior group. They're going on a program for 20, they will visit gyms 21 times. They will be put on all kinds of different recovery and, you know, programs. And those girls will be in the end be, you know, the players that we hope that will come through in the Western Province team that unfortunately lost out this year.
Yeah.
So that's the start of their.
So it's great to see a little bit more initiative in ladies rugby, huh? Yeah, fantastic.
We must look at both sides.
Paulie, you go, of course, to all of the ladies' games. Nice experience.
No, good experience, Amal. We actually coached the province senior women's team last year before they played the final. I think it was against Eastern Province when they won. So that was fantastic. I mean, haven't actually seen as much of it as would have liked to. But those girls are very, very talented. I mean, you look at girls like Amy Barrett, and I'm very biased for the province side. But those girls are fantastically talented. I mean, Amy plays for the province side, the Springbok 15 side, and the Springbok 7 side. So it just shows that there are ladies out there who are unbelievably talented.
Long overdue. Long overdue. It's fantastic stuff. There we go. Seeing at least Western Province helping the Western Province ladies team. We'll get more of them on the show as much as possible. It's time now for White Line Fever, brought to you by Color Tone Paints. This is your field marker of choice. The White Line Sports Fever marker of choice. You want to win yourself a hamper for your club. It's as easy as sending the word colour tone to 32010. Send that in. You could win yourself a hamper. The winner of last week's competition was Lunga. Lunga Rugby Football Club won for themselves a hamper from Colour Tone Paints with the White Line Fever competition. Congratulations to Lunga. When we come back, we'll be giving away 5 sets of rugby jerseys. And don't forget, it is the Rugby World Cup feature, right? Rugby World Cup time. It is that time when the Boks unite. When is it? Is it Bok Friday, Iggy?
Bok Friday, it's called, but we're playing Sunday.
Yeah, Paulie, this is the vibe, eh? I mean, you've been in it all. All the bus trips.
This is the vibe, eh? It's time now. It's time.
We're going to break out in that song.
Excited.
Can you start that song again?
There we go. Something like that.
Something like that.
All right, okay. All right, let's take the ad break. We'll choose our winners from Facebook. Our 5, or at least our 4 Springbok Rugby jersey winners then. Nicholas Lippi Pedro, congratulations to you. Siraj Leggett wins for himself. Well, hang on now, let me just double check that. I got one of my girls, Rasan Jacobs. Oh, of course, Siraj is playing. I didn't see a message there from you, Siraj. You didn't send in a Springbok message. I was just about to pick your name. So the next winner there will go to, more lectures there from Wimpy Bossa. I'm going to show the Durban guys. Go Bokker. Douglas Edwin Keat, congratulations to you. That is number 2. Let's take a look then at our next one. Kim Janssen, congratulations, Kim. You win for yourself. And a fantastic message there. Go and make us proud again, boys. The whole of South Africa is behind you. That is from Esmeralda Isaacs. Congratulations to the 4 of you. You win for yourself those rugby jerseys. I did also say that we're giving away rugby tickets. Javier Peterson, you and False Bay Rugby Football Club during the course of the weekend won the tickets for tweets. All right, we'll be in touch with you via Twitter. Make sure you're following us so that we can DM you, and we'll tell you where to get your tickets. Whoever is sitting at False Bay Rugby Club, you're doing a fantastic job. Those tweets are coming in over the weekend. Hashtag, folks, all you need to do is include hash WP Club Rugby hash. And you put that in the message, and that means anybody who has got that word in that message will find it. So you'll see over the weekend, we all share scores. It's like watching a live game. It's called watching on a back channel. We'll talk to you more about the back channel at a later stage. It is now time for us to quickly take a look at some of the happenings at the Rugby World Cup. Let's take a look at the groups there. Of course, the group that we're interested in here is the group that South Africa is in. South Africa is in Group D with Wales, Fiji, Samoa, and Namibia. And the first South African match will, of course, be against Wales. That is on a Sunday at 10:30 a.m. All right. Paulie, let me go to you. It's a big one. It's not an easy pool, but South Africa, Wales, we should take them, eh?
Yeah, we should. The guys coming off that last win in the Tri-Nations. I think Wales, like all the teams are going to come out guns blazing. But yeah, like you said, I think the Springboks have it.
Yeah, the next fixture for the Springboks is, of course, up against Fiji. That's next week, Saturday, kicking off at 8 o'clock in the morning. You want to make sure that you watch that match against Fiji. Egan, the Pacific Islanders, you can never take them lightly. I mean, Samoa, is it Samoa who came out recently, beat Australia?
Yes, Samoa did. Yeah. And we all know what happened, what kind of a scare Fiji. Everybody or Fiji would say that it was a disallowed try we scored in the last World Cup. So you can't take anything for granted. This is the pinnacle of any rugby player. You know, you want to play in a World Cup. And for those teams to upset a big team like that, that's what the World Cup is about.
One of the next matches, of course, after that is South Africa taking on Namibia. Right, let's just move on to the next slide then. Okay, we'll move straight along. Okay, no disrespect there. But Paulie, let's quickly go back to you in the Fijian space. Of course, the Fijians are so strong at sevens. Is there any possible way that the Fijians can shock the South Africans?
Oh, definitely, Jeff. It's just personally, it's horrible playing against the Islanders. You get Samoa, Fiji, or Tonga in your pool in the sevens, and you're definitely not smiling.
They're tough?
They're very tough, and I think they're just naturally born athletes.
Yeah, like Cyril Nakolevuki. He was a naturally born athlete.
He was, just got a bit lazy.
Well, it looked that way. He was still one of the fastest guys in the field, though, which people don't realise.
Yeah.
Having a 125-kilogram guy who can cross the 40 metres in a few seconds is the kind of guy you want in your team.
Step, he's got great skills.
Yeah, I mean, there was all that negative talk about Nakulavuki back in the day, but Mr. H, he was the fourth fastest guy on the team, 125 kilos, always carried 5 guys on his back.
Yeah.
It's the kind of guy that you want on a construction site. All right, especially if you can carry on. Let's take a look at some of the club rugby matchups, but best of luck to the Springboks this weekend. Yeah, so we'll look at the matchups then this weekend quickly in a Super League A. In Super League A, it's UCT against Durban. That's your pick of the week. Brackenfell, Tygerberg, Kalsrivier Collegians, Primrose, and Young Peoples in Super League A. In Super League B, well, there we go. As I said, it's Brackenfell and Tygerberg. Mr. H, would you say? I mean, there's a lot of picks there we've been given by Faisal Felton, the chief cook bottle stopper, who's told me that almost every match in Super League B is a pick of the week. You know, but so choose one.
Yeah.
One. Can you choose one?
The best match there would probably be Primrose Young People.
Why? Why?
Because whoever loses, they can't.
Of course, yes. Of course, it's the bottom of the log scenario.
Yeah, they can't.
Let's look at Division 1. In Division 1, it's Boerland Mark against Yesterbeer and Rocklands and Temperance. Now, Mr. H, Rocklands, Temperance, close to each other.
They are on the same points at second and third place.
Do you think it's a place that Cape Rugby should go and fill?
Yes, definitely.
Rocklands and Temperance?
Definitely.
Rocklands and Temperance it is then, folks. You've just heard the godfather of club rugby speak, and we will be at that match in Mitchell's Plain. Rocklands and Temperance, the Cape Rugby crew is coming out to come and film your game. Make sure you're out there with guns blazing. Let's quickly look at Division 4. Imikawi against Peninsula in Khayelitsha. And in the Paarl region, the pick of the week there is Lower Paarl against Vineyards. All right, so there you have your Paarl region against Vineyards. And of course, those are the picks of the week. Annie, our club rugby lady, is going to be club side, field side at Rocklands over the weekend. Mr. H, it certainly looks like the clubs are enjoying their rugby, even though it's coming close to the end of the season, but we have no intention of stopping. We've got a lot more rugby to talk about, even after these games in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, if the sponsors are on board, then we'll go on. You know, on Saturday, there are 42 first division games, 42 second and third division, and about 50 under 20 teams. So it's a full program on Saturday. Everybody's playing. Great for rugby that at the end of the season, everybody's still playing.
Paulie, where do you go on Saturdays?
Oh, Jesus.
Do you pick a game? Have you got a favourite club? Do you just go to general clubs?
Saturday I'm going to UCT just to go and watch the under-20s play. The guys have had a good season. I think over the weekend found out that they can't win the league anymore. So just to go and give them a bit of support.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like Iggy, if Iggy's playing and we're in town, we'll go watch Hammies or watch False Bay. It's close to my folks' house. So kind of wherever, like Mr. H said, there's so many games going on. And, the club rugby in the world, so it doesn't matter where you rock up. You're gonna be able to see some talented players playing some exciting rugby.
Hamilton's in False Bay, Iggs.
It's a big one. They beat us the first round, so it's going to be interesting this time.
I think, actual fact, let me not put money on this one here. Iggs, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place.
Thanks. I'll start the brides early for the World Cup games.
Yes, the bride. Oh, yeah, we're still looking to do a Cape Rugby Poiki course competition. Right? Paul Delport, that chair will be waiting for you next week.
Thanks, Jess.
We'll settle that right now.
Yep.
Mr. H, you and I have got things on the weekend, of course, but we'll see you again next week.
Can I say good night to all the girls I loved before?
Oh, my word.
To all the girls I loved before. Trav, JP, you lekker ding. Scottsdene, you lekker ding. We were absolutely rocking. Scottsdene, Stellenbosch Coronations. How fantastic to see you. Folks, hopefully in the next few days we'll be making an announcement about coming to you to broadcast one of the club rugby games live. That is where we're aiming next. We're just trying to get a couple of sponsors on board. If there's any of you out there that think you can help Cape Town DV, Cape Rugby, keep it going. Please jump on board. There's value for money. We've got more viewers than the rest of the country just about now. All right? So, and we download those numbers all the time. So, fantastic to have you along because it's you that makes the show so special. It's your club that is making the show so special. So great to have you. www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. Otherwise, live on Ustream weekly. Have a fantastic Club Rugby weekend. And we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Bye-bye.